Good afternoon, everybody. Phil Simons with Columbia Grain here, and your post USDA monthly supply and demand report recap. Well, I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to dive right into it, as we did have the latest monthly supply and demand report released from the USDA here this morning. So if we once again navigate to our favorite website, columbiagrain.com, the upper right-hand corner, if we go to Producer Solutions link, that'll actually take us to our Producer Solutions tab. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what the September 2023 WASDE report actually had for us. I'm going to blow it up so we can actually see it here. But if we start at the top, we can see that we're going to begin with the U.S. grain ending stocks for last year's, the 22-23 crop year. We can see really that corn really didn't have any change from last month's numbers, but soybeans actually were down about 4% from where we were last month. The September number coming in at 250 million bushels in terms of ending stocks for the 22-23 crop of beans. Next up, if we look at the ending stocks for new crop 23-24, corn actually came in at 2.2 billion bushels, which was up about 1% from last month. So no big major shakeups there. With soybeans, we actually came in at 220 million bushels for potential ending stocks for this coming crop year, which was down about 10% from where we were last month, but still above where the average trade estimate had them coming in at 213 million bushels. So a little bit of a surprise to the overall trade estimates in terms of the potential ending stocks for U.S. beans. When we look at wheat, there was really zero change, 615 million for potential ending stocks there, so no big changes there. When we look at what the actual production is potentially going to be in the U.S., with corn coming in at 15.134 billion bushels for potential corn production, we see that the actual corn yield is estimated right now at 173.8 bushel to the acre. And how that compares to last month would actually be down 1%. The average trade estimate had it coming in at 173.4 bushel. But really, when we take a look at where we were last year, which is 173.3 bushels, so pretty much on par with where we were last year. However, when we take a look and remember where the initial estimates were coming out for potential corn yields this year, which was actually at 181.5, so down significantly from where the initial the first blushes were for potential corn yields. And we take a look at soybeans, the bean yields coming in right now at 50.1 bushel to the acre, which was down 2% from where we were last month, but really right on line with the average trade estimate of 50.1 bushel as well. But when we take a look at how that stacks up to last year we were at 49.5 bushel to the acre. So definitely a little bit better there in terms of the potential production that we could see for yield anyway for soybeans. When we look at the world ending stocks for the new crop, we see that September has corn coming in at 314 million metric tons. When we compare that to last month, we're actually up 1%. But when we take a look and see how that compares to last year, we were up, a substantial amount from where we were last year at 297 million metric tons versus 314 million metric tons estimate anyway from the USDA here today. We look at soybeans, kind of similar fashion. Right now, we're coming in at 119 million metric ton potential ending stocks, which was really unchanged from where we were last month. But when we look at the number from last year, we see that number was at 103 million metric tons. So up quite a bit from where we were last year as well. Wheat, on the other hand, is coming in at 258 million metric tons, which was down 3% from where we were last month, and pretty close to down about 3 to 3.5% from where we were last year. So anyway, when all the dust settled here today, corn actually closed down 9 to 10 across the board. Beans were down 20 to 25, and the wheat complex was up anywhere from 5 to 10. But when we look at the balance sheet a little bit closer, and we see, how did they actually get to those numbers for soybeans, we can take a look here on the left-hand side of your screen. We just compare last month to this month, and we see for soybeans in particular, the average yield is down 1 bushel to the acre, bringing the production down 59 million bushels from where we were looking at the numbers from last month. And also, when we look at crush, we actually see a 10 million bushel decline in crush, and along with a 35 million bushel cut of exports from where we were last month, so giving us a net loss of 25 million bushels from the carryout when we look at a month-to-month basis for soybeans. When we look at corn, a little bit closer here on the balance sheet as well, we can see that the actual change month on month from a carryout perspective was up 19 million bushels, although the average yield did or was cut by 1.3 bushel the acre from where we were last month. We do see that the feed and residual is up as well, so giving us a net change of up 19 million bushels from where we were last month. When we look at wheat was actually a net zero change from month to month. However, when we take a look at the by class, we do see that winter wheat was actually increased by 10 million bushels in terms of ending stocks, and spring wheat was actually reduced by 10 million bushels. So really just kind of flopping it around there. All the other soft red, white, and then durum were actually a zero net change month on month. So again, just really kind of looking at trying to highlight, to have your orders out there and working with your local Columbia Grain buyer and or merchandiser. So be sure to get a hold of them and make sure that you have your orders out there and working. Really from ratchet orders to stop loss orders as well as we continue to see a lot of gas in corn and soybeans kind of come out of the market. And get your orders out there and working for really just about anything, but be sure to get a hold of your local buyers and your local merchandisers. Other than that, we're going to go ahead and wrap everything up. We're going to have another review on Friday. But again, I want everybody to have a good week. And just remember, if you can drink it, don't trade it. Have a great week, everybody. We'll talk with you on Friday.